Here with decorated amateur Dawud Bey. What's going on, Dawud?
I'm taking it. I'm not really that decorated. It just went a little bit. It's a long road, but I appreciate.
You saying you're not really that decorated, but I'm seeing a whole lot of #1 rankings.
I try to stay. I just try to stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is a long road. You talk about some kids that are 8 to 13 years old. My group is young, so you know. In the big picture, you know, we got a long ways to go. In the small picture for right now, we have had some good success over the last 2 years.
What are y'all preparing for right now?
The Junior Olympics and the Sugar Bird is having its qualifiers in Florida, and I think that's like June the 7th to the 9th. We're going to go there, and then we're getting ready for the Junior Olympics. So the first round of the Junior Olympics is in 2 weeks.
Have you had a fighter ever like get into the actual Olympics?
Not yet. The last guy from this area though, Bucky Davis, Leroy Bucky Davis was from here. He actually was on the team with Holyfield and all of them. So his coaches, those are the people I study under every day. His Uncle Sloan, Mr. Rev, Elvin Thompson. I study under his coaches every day, and we're looking to take the program back to that. Because our program here, we have had some good fighters come from this area and come from these fighters. I mean, from these coaches here, but you know, it's time to do it again. Boxing is what have you done for me.
Okay, so after the Junior Olympics, what's next?
Oh man, after that, you have the summer times, all these little small tournaments. I take them to like the Christy Martin tournament, and then I take them to the Eastern qualifiers again in October. So it's always, you're always training towards tournaments. My program is mainly for kids who fight in tournaments at the top level. So in between time, we like to take fights to try to stay busy. We always training for the next tournament.
Okay, you're not just a boxing coach, you're a boxing dad. How do you differentiate between the two?
A lot of the times when I come in here, one of my tricks is that I separate myself from them as I leave them with Ed or I leave them with Mr. Rev. But the other way that I separate it is once we come in here is business. My son, he takes boxing seriously. And I think it's a small pressure for him to take it a little bit more seriously than others because he is the coach's son. So sometimes maybe I do put a little bit of weight on him. I mean, we've been separated in the gym, being quite honest. We've been separated because I've been on his back and stuff like that. But I have elders in boxing who I allow to correct me. So when I have someone to correct me and I'm here to correct him and we all here to correct each other, we grow together. But there is a line that it's a line that you have to be aware of, you know what I mean? And I'm always thinking of ways to separate father from coach because it could damage the relationship.
I know. I've seen a lot of tumultuous relationships. I know that you have Sugar Shane Mosley, his dad, Roy and his dad, Floyd and his dad.
Yeah, Roy and his pop had to separate because Roy Pop shot one of the game dogs one day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it goes a lot of different ways. Like I saw the story on why they separated. Because I'm an enthusiast. I'm a fan too. So through my studies, I've actually studied the fathers. I've studied Floyd and Big Floyd's relationship. I've studied Roy and Roy's relationship. I've studied Brother Nazim and the twins and Bear's relationship.
Yeah, they stopped boxing. Like,
you know, I've been able to been fortunate enough, me living in the city, to be able to ask them, you know what I mean, certain things. I'll go to other fathers who did what I did already, who are proven good coaches, and I just ask for guidance, and I take that guidance along with what I already got going on in my head, and I just try to work myself through it. Like I said, it is a balance to be kept.
What are some of the trials that go along with the amateur Olympics, just amateurs in general?
Amateurs?
Yeah.
You got politics, you know what I'm saying? What I would say would probably be my biggest trial sometimes is funding. Because here, like I kind of meet and my partner and the parents, we kind of fund our children ourselves. We don't have like sponsors, so on and so forth yet, not at this time. So my biggest obstacle is, I would say, local politics and then funding to get the kids to tournaments. When I get them there, they tend to do very well.
Okay. I know Eddie Hearn sometimes donates money. I know he donated to like a youth boxing gym in Chicago.
Yeah, that stuff like that, it goes around. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten things from Adonis Garcia, star status, boxing attire. Certain people have looked out for me, and when they look out for me, I look out for numerous kids in my program. Sometimes I even wind up looking out for some of the kids that don't travel because they might have a hard time getting a set of gloves or getting some shoes, you know what I mean? But I deal with a thing in my program, sometimes it's like a look good, feel good, fight good. So I don't like I might have a child that's, he's not that fortunate. I'll strap him up so when he come in here, he feels, just as important, or he feels just as up to date as the rest of my kids. And I try to, my program is more so about keeping the kids out of trouble than anything. I have 9 that compete at a high level, but all in all, I have about 21, and the number's still growing.
Wow, that's a lot of heads to keep track of.
It's a lot of kids, man. I do have some help. I have Ed Dennis. He was a pro. I grew up with Ed. I grew up under Ed. And then I have, of course, Mr. Rev. I have Sloan in here that gives input. I have James, and then I have my fathers that, you know what I mean? They might stand over somebody while they're doing their bag work. I could give them some instructions and ask him, make sure he carries out my instructions till I get back. I'm like 20 minutes over here, 20 minutes over here. And sometimes I'm spread thin, but man, it's just all a part of it.
Tell me about the kids that are at a high level.
Well, my son is ranked number 4 at his weight class right now. I have Rajon Jones, he's ranked number 1 at his weight class. I have Shahid Francis, he's ranked number 2 at his weight class. And I have Hassan Joseph, he's ranked number 10. I have it's other kid in the gym that I'm actually his assistant coach because his father is his head coach. But Raheem Lawrence, doing pretty well. He just won the Eastern qualifiers. And he's more so the leader here because Raheem is turning 15. He was the first kid out of this gym. Start from 8 years old and to go all the way through. So my son and all of the rest of them are kind of like following the example that Raheem set. And all of us as a team, we ain't doing nothing but following the example that the Concrete Jungle set and that the Untouchables boxing team, Hamza and them over there, we just setting the same motto. The Scooter Fulton and them had the same kind of team that I have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just a group of kids, and you keep them together, and they're able to spar together, and travel together, and box together, and compete together. And, you know what I mean? They're not on the street. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I know where they at because I got them with me.